English, Grade 3, Block 13, Making Comparisons by Teacher Shikha. LP 1, 2, 4. In this class, student will begin to comparing the settings in the story with their own houses using a Venn diagram. You remember children what is a Venn diagram? Those two circles which overlap on each other, that one. They will learn how to change adjectives into comparing words for showing differences as well as writing sentences with comparing words. Finally, student will practice writing paragraphs comparing and contrasting the settings in the story with their own lives. Now children, you have to imagine, think. For that, close your eyes and just use your five senses to imagine the settings of your own house. Imagine the colors, the weather, and the building. Ask what adjectives would you use to describe the settings of your house? Now, children, close your eyes once again. Imagine the settings of Steven's story, the hills, the farms, and the house. What adjectives would you use to describe Steven's house? The describing word. The adjectives on the board under the sentence Steven's house is. Now, children, when you were imagining, when you were thinking about your house and Steven's house, what similarities did you notice between the settings in the story in your house and Steven's house? What difference did you notice? Of course, everyone will have something different to imagine. If we live in a village, our house may be large, sunny, and windy. If we live in the city, our house may be small, new, and cold. Houses in both the village and the city may be beautiful, right? Children, we can compare the characters in the story with the people we know in our own lives. We can imagine the work had that Stephen's parents did with the work that the other parents do. We can compare how Stephen spent his time with the way in which we spend our time. Now, children, let's talk about comparing words. Hold your pencil in your hand and think about how you will describe it one word using the sentence. You just have to describe it in one word. My pencil is dash. What? What words you are going to use to describe it? Next example is your partner's pencil is how you will differentiate your pencils different from your partner's. So in the sentence my partner's pencil is dash than mine. What you will write? So the first example which I gave, that is my pencil is sharp. My pencil is yellow. My pencil is new. It can be anything. And in the second example, all of our adjectives are made by comparing it to something else. Like my partner's pencil is longer, sharper, darker, or prettier than mine. ER words, adjectives describing words. So, children, we use ER at the end of the word to compare two things. When word has an ER at the end, it means more of that word. There are so many words which ends with ER. We have to Y, we have to remove Y and write ER. Hey children, as now I have come to the topic writing. So, important lines for you to remember. Good writers organize their thoughts and follow many steps to write an essay. If in case you have to write the paragraph, you have to write in two manner. First, thinking Stephen's house, then thinking your house. So basically on this topic you have to write two paragraphs. In the first paragraph you can write how Stephen's house. So in the first paragraph you can write how Stephen's house is similar to yours, and in the second paragraph you can describe all the ways in which the houses are different. And after writing the paragraph, you have to think that which paragraph you are using more comparing words. Basically, you use comparing words in the second paragraph describing how your house is different from Stephen's house. This is because comparing words are used to show difference between two things. Adjectives, comparing words, few examples I'm saying. Larger, shorter, bigger, beautiful, etc. are few examples. Children, Stephen and his family live in a village and led a very simple life. Stephen's father works on a farm and Stephen plays with simple objects that he finds in his house. The author would not be able to show that if the story was set in a city, they would not face the same problems that they faced in the village, and the story would be very different. So, here all ER words, adjectives will suit to this example. Children, what if we want to compare how expensive our house is with another house? How would we say that our house cost more than another house using the word expensive? So, children, for long adjectives like expensive, we add the word more before the adjective. Only short adjectives like clean and cold can be changed into ER words. Longer adjectives like comfortable and beautiful follow this different rule. How do our spellings change when we add ER? For many words, we simply add ER at the end. For words ending with Y, we write I in the place of Y and then add ER. We write the last letter once more and then add ER, like prettier. And if we are using Venn diagram, which is very helpful and very resourceful for us to understand, how can we use Venn diagram which will help show similarities and differences. In Venn diagram, we can organize adjectives and see the similarities and difference between two things very easily. What other details in the story could we compare with our own life using a Venn diagram? We can compare the characters in the story with the people we know in our own lives. We can compare this work with Stephen's parents did with the work that our parents do. We can compare how Stephen spent his time with the way in which we spent our time. So, my dear children, you have to visualize and compare few details of settings, given specific details to compare. Children, you have to Do this exercise to understand the connection, the skill of visualizing with the skill of comparing and contrasting. You have to imagine Steven's house and compare it to your own house and its surrounding. It will help you understand the plot and connect with the problem faced by the family in the story better. Student should also do few things like to apply comprehension and grammar skills learned by using them to write paragraphs. Paragraphs will one paragraph will show similarities and one paragraph will show differences. Few sentences I am sharing with you how we can use adjectives. My brother is dash than me, taller than me. So ER words. Tigers are dash than leopards. Tiger are bigger than leopards. ER word, bigger. The pink dress is prettier than the red one. I hope you have understood the lesson very well, comparing and contrast. Have a great day ahead, children. Thank you. Bye bye.